Hello, this is Sean Beck. This is my project 2. It's called Password Generator, and the goal of this project is to create an app that will generate a password for the user based on a few options that they can fill out. So I'll just quickly run through this. So the user comes to this page and they're presented with this title telling them to fill out the form, and they can generate a password. So the first option that they have, and this is required, is the amount of words that they want to use. And so I used a number input, and so you can enter, if you're typing, you can pretty much enter anything. But if you're using like your arrow keys, for instance, or if you're on the phone, it will not. I used some of the HTML5 validation to prevent you from going above 9 or below 1. And so some of my options, and I'll just put in a random value here. So some of the options that I included, users can add a random number, they can add a random symbol, they can make their entire password uppercase, and that overrides camel case, and I'll go into that in just a second. And then also they can if they add a random symbol or a random number, they can have that symbol or number replace a similar letter. So you may have heard of it, it's kind of called leet speak. So I can show you exactly what that means in a second. And then finally I gave them the option of how they want to space out the passwords, words, numbers, and symbols. And so their options are camel case, which is the first letter is lowercase and the rest of the words are uppercase, a hyphen, or a space. And so I'll just run through these really quickly. So I can do these with 4, and I did do the optional thing where the words for the password are pulled from Paul Null's site. So you'll see pull some numbers in, and so it just depends. It appends the number and the letter to the end of it. So. Yeah, so you can see that's camel case. So if I do all uppercase, we'll do it with dashes just so you can see it does that. So the only other thing that is kind of cool is that if you select one of these, and then I'll do dash. So 5s kind of look like S's. So this is I think the up caret is an A, so it's saw first and down. So some of the things that I kind of wanted to do, but I didn't have time or couldn't really figure out, was that if the symbol or letter, if the letter that was getting replaced by a symbol or a number existed in the password, then I wouldn't append the letter and the symbol at the very end. Couldn't really figure out the best way to do that. I think probably like an array that, a loop that goes through the array of words and checks if that letter exists, might be the best way to do it. The other thing I wanted to do was that I wanted to make it so that you couldn't check these. This probably could have been done pretty simply with some jQuery, but I didn't really want to include too much JavaScript in this. I was just trying to keep it simple and use PHP for as much as I possibly could. So yeah, I just didn't want to be able to check these if one of these wasn't checked, because it doesn't, like if I hit that and do this, there was no symbol or number to be replaced, so that option pretty much doesn't do anything. The only other thing is that you can enter, actually I have this blocked on the front end, but if somebody was resourceful enough, you could change this to text and then type in some letters, and then it just tells you, it gives you a little message up here, oh, you entered a number outside the allowed range, try again. I guess that also works if you do that as well, so they wouldn't be, oh yeah, so there's some front end validation going on there, but either way they wouldn't be able to get through, so that is my validation. Alright, so I think that's everything. Oh, and also it's responsive, I should mention that too. So it should appear well on phones and tablets. Okay, great. Thank you.